And another round of applause for the harmonious Chorale Ghana. They are still here with us. And with that, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will invite to the stage the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development and Member of Parliament for Shamar Constituency, Honorable Emilia Arthur, to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Mr. Chairman, the Chief of Staff of Ghana, Her Excellency, how sweet it is to say this, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor J.E.A, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Members of Council of State, Majority Leader of Parliament and Leader of Government Business, the National Chairman and the General Secretary of the party, senior party members, numerous hard-working party executives at all levels who have filled this room, distinguished guests, Nananom, esteemed colleagues of mine, ministers of state, MPs, friends of J.E.A. Mills Heritage, good afternoon. Good afternoon. My task here is the simplest and the easiest because I'm so happy to be the one to introduce the person going to speak about the man Atta Mills. On 2nd May 2011, working in my capacity as Deputy Western Regional Minister, an appointment he gave me, with senior party officials who are seated to my left-hand side as I stand up here, who had come to the Western region to work with me on how to move our government and party forward. Whilst there, I received a phone call that my dearly beloved mother had passed. Within 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds, His Excellency, the President then, Professor Evans Atta Mills, was on the phone with me and said to me, "Don't worry, kawa kumatuye yebesho, mema ama benyuado, take over." Instantly, I was at peace. That is the man. So he cared so much, not only about the job he had given us, but even about all the things that were going on in our lives. I am here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you an exceptional Ghanaian, a trailblazer, a woman of intellect, conviction, and service, Mrs. Charlotte Kerson-Smith Osei, who is going to give us the Atta Mills lecture this afternoon. In honoring the memory and legacy of President John Evans Atta Mills, a man of principle, peace, and public purpose, it is only fitting that we welcome a speaker who embodies many the same virtues that defined his leadership. Mrs. Charlotte Osei is a lawyer by training and a public servant by calling. She holds degrees in law from the University of Ghana, an LLM from Queen's University in Canada, and a master's in business leadership from University of South Africa, Pretoria. She made history in 2015 when she was appointed as chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, becoming the first woman to hold that office. In that role, she supervised one of the most pivotal elections in our recent history, upholding democratic principles under immense national and international scrutiny. It was called one of the world's best elections by international observers. Before that, she served as the first female chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, where she championed civic awareness and democratic participation, core values that President Atta Mills upheld with unwavering devotion. Mrs. Osei, Mrs. Osei's commitment to democratic development and governance has earned her regional and international recognition. She's a respected voice on issues of rule of law, gender equity, constitutionalism, and electoral integrity across Africa and beyond. Today, as we reflect on the life and values of President Mills, his humility, his calm strength, his integrity, it is deeply appropriate that we are joined by a woman who has not only broken ceilings, but has done so with grace, excellence, and courage. But more importantly, was one of Professor Mills's students and mentees. Ladies and gentlemen, Nananom, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for the 2025 John Evans Atta Mills Heritage Lecture, Mrs. Charlotte Osei.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Obokwatima, henceforth Auntie Nana, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Julius Debra, Chief of Staff and Chair of today's lecture, members of the Board of the J.E.A. Mills Memorial Heritage, members of the Atta Mills and allied families, Honorable Ministers of State, members of Parliament, members of the Council of State, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our revered chiefs and queen mothers, our landlord, the Vice Chancellor of the UPSA, justices of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, High Court, members of the Fourth Estate, my brothers and sisters. Is it too late to swap places with Auntie Nana for her to be here so I can? No, you won't, okay. In a world of noise, integrity is a silent superpower. It is an incredible honor to stand before all of you today to deliver this year's J.E.A. Mills Memorial Lecture. I do so with deep emotion and profound humility, paying tribute not only to a president, but to a teacher, a mentor, and a father figure whose life significantly shaped mine and the lives of many others. As I prepare to share my reflections of Uncle Fifi, I am reminded of former President Muhammadu Buhari's words. He said, President Atta Mills was a good man, a very good man, one of the very best from our continent. These words capture the essence of the man we honor today. My name is Charlotte Smith Osei, and I had the extraordinary privilege of being taught commercial law by Dr. Mills, as he was, at the University of Ghana, Legon, and later company law at the Ghana School of Law. More significantly, in 2011, he appointed me as chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, making me the Ghana's history. Today, I speak as a mentee, reflecting on the profound impact of people who saw potential where others saw youth, who offered opportunity where others saw inexperience, and who built bridges where others saw divisions. A theme for this year's memorial lecture is Atta Mills, a case study for the Fourth Republic. I will be approaching this theme through three lenses. I will look at Prof as a man, Prof as a teacher, and Prof as a president. And then I'll share the reflections of a mentee. It's important to look at Prof's character because his character defined everything he achieved, and his character is the reason why we're honoring him today. Prof was born on 21st July 1944 in Takwa, Western Region, and he tragically passed away on July 24th, 2012, just 3 days after his 68th birthday. But in those 68 years, Prof lived a life that exemplified the highest ideals of scholarship, public service, and human dignity. He was born to J.E.A. Atta Mills Sr., an educationist at Commended Teacher Training College, and Mercy Dawson Amwa,